Yes.
So that just shows where my brain is, which is just all over the place. It's what I call lovely unorganized chaos. And I mean, I think to me, it's just everything.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I'm present, I feel this positive rush of energy, and I know plenty of people who feel the same way about their homeland, their birthplace. There's just something about it. It's something spiritual. It can't
Sure.
really be explained.
Yeah, well, when you
So,
put aside Illinois' politics, I will have to agree with you. Illinois has a lot of nice little rural towns. And while I like to visit the city, I do feel at home in the country or even in a small town because I feel like in small towns, while everybody knows everybody's business, people do support one another. Whenever someone's sick, something goes wrong, usually there's always somebody to ask, what can I do to help? And you won't always get that in a city. Maybe if you're in like a suburban area in the city, but still you kind of feel like you're a mouse inside a huge, huge, huge box.
mm,
So the rural town gives you more of a family-like feel. And I have grown up in small towns ever since I was a little kid. And I only moved probably about 15 minutes away from my hometown. And so I will probably most likely stay in Illinois. I try not to get involved with all the politics. I know there's good things, that we'll like, and there'll be things we don't like. But it's like that no matter where you live.
right, exactly. There are no saintly politics anywhere.
No.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
No, I'm a suburbanite myself, so I definitely prefer. I love that balance between the hustle and bustle of metropolis, and then the quietude of the more rural areas.
Oh yeah. Metropolis is really
From
cool.
what you've told me about Arthur, it sounds lovely.
Oh, Arthur is super lovely. You really need to come visit. I did grow up in Arcola. Arthur is kind of what Arcola used to be, and Arthur it hasn't changed too much. My actual town has changed a lot. Tourism isn't quite as big as it used to be, and there's a lot of things in the town I think that need repaired. While it's sad because my whole old hometown almost doesn't feel like home anymore. Now Arthur feels like home. But if you've never seen a horse and buggy, people will, oh my gosh, they go nuts when they see a horse and buggy. But we get used to it, so maybe we take it for granted. So I try to see the majestic part of it, just I do like hearing the click clack of their hooves going down the road. There's something comforting about that. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
I do love the Amish food, the home-baked goods, the homemade noodles. I mean, we can go into a cheese store and get homemade cheese. We can get homemade bread, homemade noodles. I mean, hello. And then we've got Yoder's, which before the pandemic, I would go to restaurants a lot. But I do miss it. But they would have their buffet and and you got your fried chicken, the Amish noodles. I mean, it's just Amish food. I mean, hello. If you are looking for Amish food and you're visiting Arthur, you've got to go to Yoder's. That's just the thing. But we have a lot of different restaurants. We've got Mexican. We've got your Subway. We've got your Amish. And then we've got your grill stuff, Polly's Barbecue. So, I mean, you get a little mix of everything. So, the only thing we don't have is a Chinese restaurant. We're still pushing for that.
Hmm.
So yes, Zach, you should visit Arthur. So maybe you should write a poem. When you visit Arthur, you should write a poem about Arthur.
Perhaps.
Yeah. And then you could write
Perhaps.
the Illinois how do you say it again? Infinitarium
Infinitarium.
Infinitarium collection part 2. Yes.
Yeah, well, as we've discussed before, when we reissue the book sometime later, I'm definitely going to rummage through all my previous notebooks and gather the scattered Illinois poems and songs that I've written over the years. So maybe by then I would have visited Arthur, and definitely make a point to do so.
Yeah. So while we're talking about your book, you said you had a few poems picked out that you were going to read.
Certainly.
Yeah. So how about you perform some of your poems from your book?
Okay. Do you say 2 or 3?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Good things come in 3s, so let me just gather the third. I mean, that's what they say. I have no idea if I agree with that or not, but all right.
Well, things do come in threes. It could be good or bad, but I'm going to say it's good right now.